Hi everyone, RogueGold here, and today, in preparation for the launch of Season 11, which is in less than 48 hours from when I'm posting this video, I wanted to provide you all with an updated guide on one of the most reliable and fastest methods of farming XP in the Division 2. I know there's been a lot of chatter and conflicting information recently regarding XP farms, namely the General Anderson method was one that was around in the recent weeks. Well, if you didn't hear, Massive ended up classifying that as an exploit and have since removed it from the game. Additionally, the Summit Floor 10 farm, which was another super popular XP farm in the game, it was removed just a few months back. So the XP farming landscape has seen a lot of change recently. Maybe some of you are wondering what XP farms are there left in the game for me to utilize. And so I just wanted to provide you all with the method that I personally use to quickly level up my season XP. This is the method I've used all the way back from Season 2, literally. So it's been around for a long time, it's been tried and tested, and it's 100% reliable. I usually max out my season track within the first day and a half of a new season going live. So if that sounds like something you want to do, stick around. Quick disclaimer I will give is that this is not the only XP farm in the game, and evident by the fact that there's been so many new methods and methods removed in recent months, new strategies and tactics are clearly popping up all the time. But if you're looking for a non-exploitative, reliable XP farm that isn't going to suddenly get nerfed, I've got you covered, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so the method that we're going to be talking about in this guide are resource convoys. They're these activities that you'll see around the map. You've probably heard of them before or even, ran into a few of them. It's worth noting that this method does work great in solo or in groups, so you just have to play a bit differently and maybe switch up your build depending on which one you want to do. But before we actually go to the activity itself, and I'll show you exactly how they function, there's a few things that you're going to want to do first. So if you open your map and you open the global settings, there's two things that you're going to want to do. You want to reset your control points from whatever they're at, and the reason this is because the more hostile control points there are on the map, the more potential paths and spawns you can have for resource convoys, meaning there'll be a higher volume of them on the map, meaning you can get them more consistently. So be sure to do that. The also important thing to note with this is that the name of the game is go as high as you're comfortable with. Some people prefer to run these on challenging. I have no issue with doing them on heroic, and the more difficulty you can apply and the more directives you can apply, the more XP you're going to get off of these resource convoys. So if you want to do challenging, stick with that. Maybe that means you can add an extra directive or two. That'll get you more XP. It's about finding the right balance for yourself. So what I usually do is I go with heroic and then I apply typically 3 directives. Now these are going to change once Season 11 goes live on Tuesday. The new seasons always bring in a new batch of directives to apply to the open world. So you might not see these exact same ones listed once Season 11 is live. But in general, I typically try and go for at least 3 directives. And you'll see that that gets you a good chunk of XP when you're playing on heroic. So I think for this one, I'm going to go with Fog of War, no regen and special ammo. But again, those might be different once Tuesday gets here, and whatever ones you feel most comfortable with are what you should apply. And again, however high you can go in difficulty and however many directives you feel like you can comfortably apply is what you should, because that's going to get you the highest benefit. So it's going to take a minute for some resource convoys to spawn after we've reset the control points. So let me go over the builds in the meantime. So truly there is no one type of build or one specific build that is going to work best in this over others. Some people, myself included in seasons past, used to use a bulwark shield build using like a Regulus. That can do insanely well because you can just headshot one at it and it almost kills the entire wave. You could use one of those. In general, what you want to do is have something that you can play aggressive with, because the name of the game with these convoys is getting right up to where they spawn at and taking them out before they can, disperse themselves across the area and into cover, right? So whatever can most comfortably get you up in their face to where you can deal damage but not die right away, that's going to be the key. What I've been running recently and what I plan to run once Season 11 goes live is this build right here. I won't go over the full breakdown, but I'll leave a link in the top corner and in the description to a full build video I did on this recently. But this is just a Striker, Memento, AR, Eagle Bearer build. This works great. I have also used in the past, in addition to that Bulwark Shield one I was talking about, I've used Hunter's Fury. There's so many options you could use, but in general, you just want something that, like I said, you can get up in their face while, staying alive. If you're dying over and over, then the efficiency of this farming method kind of goes out the window. So you want to have something that you personally can rely on, and that's really the best advice I can give. All right, so let's take a peek of if any of these have showed up on the map, and they have. Look at how many you have available. So the key to this is trying to go in between them as fast as you can without letting many of them slip by you without you getting them, right? Because they're across the entire map, so obviously you can't tackle all of these at once. But let's say, look, I can see this one is almost done on its path. Maybe I'd fast travel here and try to get that one. And then I know that this one will be almost done. Maybe I could run over and get that, and then I can fast travel up here because that one's going to be almost done. You want to try and go for the ones that are further out so that you can't, or rather the ones that are closer, so that you then still have time to get the ones on your map that are further out. These will continually spawn. There's no way you can always get all of them. But in general, once you kind of learn the different spawn points and the routes that they take, you should be able to pretty efficiently go around and take them out. And I just wanted to point out there are some circumstances like you'll see right here where two of them actually cross over each other. And if you're comfortable enough and get to the point where you can do two of these at the same time, that's just double the XP. But for now, again, over time, you'll learn the routes. You'll learn to become more comfortable with them. For now, I just wanted to give you a good demonstration of how to properly complete one of these activities in an efficient manner. Alright, so this one is passing by one of my favorite spots to do these on the map just because of how easy the spawn point is. So you can see we're over here, the line's going, and I'm intercepting them right when they're passing by. So I think one of the ads has triggered them, but they're still going to be right here. All you have to do, it's usually about 4 to 5 NPCs that are a part of this. You just have to kill the first wave, and all this activity entails is that once you do that, 2 waves of reinforcements are going to spawn out of the same spot each time, and that's part of why you can do this so efficiently, because once you know where they're coming from, and I know they're going to be right down here, I just lock them down right there, take them out at the door. You're going to get 1 additional wave, if I can actually hit my shots. You see, take them out super quick. And that is the entirety of the activity. And look, for that sub 1 minute activity, I go back to this. It'll mark wherever the boxes they dropped are because they are carrying these resources. That's why they're resource convoys. And look at my XP bar. I get 513,000 for that one little bit. That's what, going towards 80% of an SHD level in less than a minute is what you can do those in. And again, I knew they were going to spawn out of that door because I've done these so often. It will take you a little bit to learn all the spawn points, learn, which are the best routes to pursue. If I'm seeing all these different ones across the map, you're like, which ones do I go for? It is going to take a little bit of time just to get the flow down of which ones have the best areas, all that type of stuff. But as you can see, once you learn it and once you get efficient with it, 500,000+ experience on my difficulty level in under a minute. Again, it is dependent on how high in difficulty you take it, how many directives you apply, so that's why it's good to find where the best level is for you personally. But as you saw right there, resource convoys are just incredibly lucrative and incredibly effective at earning experience in the Division 2. Alright folks, and that is your XP farm for Season 11. Been around for nearly 3 years at this point, and it's still going to serve you well this time around. As I said, it gets me to 100 super quick every time, so I hope that you have similar success. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on to be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts on this XP farming guide. If you have any further questions about it, certainly feel free to ask away, and if anybody else cares to share their favorite XP farming methods, go for it. I would kindly ask that we stray away from exploitative methods, but I know some people prefer territory controls, other activities. At the end of the day, everybody's got their own preferences and tricks and all of that, so it's about finding what fits best for you. That's going to do it for me today, though, everybody. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold.